Hey guys, so I woke up the other day and I got a notification from Audiojungle that I had made over $1,000 in total sales, which is great because I've only been with them for a few months now. I think my first sale was on the 30th of May, and my last sale was a couple days ago. Today's September 18th, and so that makes 3.5 months that I've been uploading music to Audiojungle. And I'm doing it like part time. I haven't uploaded a ton of stuff, and $1,000 isn't a lot of money, but it's definitely not enough to pay the rent. But it's great. It's an eye-opening experience for me because I really didn't think that I would make any sales at all, to be honest. And I feel like if I can do it, then anybody can do it. So I wanted to make this video because I hope that it can serve as some inspiration to anyone who's just starting out in this game, like myself. I'm very new to this whole thing. I've only uploaded music to Audiojungle and Pond5 at this point. I am an exclusive author with Audiojungle, so which means that I can't use those tracks and re-upload them anywhere else. The advantage to that is that I get a slightly larger percentage of the sales. So I think it's like a 60% of the sales, rather than if I was non-exclusive, then it would be 50-50. I'm at this point, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to change my Audiojungle account to a non-exclusive account so that I can start uploading to other libraries. But as it stands right now, I just haven't had the time to research other libraries, and uploading takes time. That's unfortunately, one of the downsides of the whole thing is it's kind of a pain in the ass to do it, and it takes time. So I've been lazy. I've just been uploading to Audiojungle and a few other tracks. I've been putting on Pond5, and yeah, like I said, $200-300 a month isn't very much, but I can see the path forward to making like $500 a month. I can see the path forward to making 1,000. So I'm setting my goals realistically, and I'm thinking that if I put a little bit more time into this, then I can actually make like some pretty decent cash. And for me, it's like when I started out making these tracks that I've been uploading, I did a lot of research into the marketplace, and I tried to make tracks that sound similar to what's selling on there. And some of these tracks, man, I would take like 6, 7, 8 hours, sometimes days to make them, from start to finish. And now that I'm at my 35th track, and I've been doing a ton of experimentation, and I've started to see I've started to kind of get like a lot faster at making these tracks, and at this point I can crank one out in like 2 hours, 3 hours, and a lot of that is just like creating shortcuts for myself and being efficient with my workflow. And so I'm, like I said, I'm just getting better at this, and I feel like there's a method to everything, and once you kind of crack that code, you can really be efficient. Once you get going with this, then it gets a lot easier, especially with the uploading process. The biggest piece of advice I'd have for anybody starting out with this is like just go study the marketplace, like understand what is selling, understand why it's selling. Go check out the weekly bestsellers, go check out the top authors. It's all that information is accessible to you on Audiojungle. So we'll go take a look at it right now, actually. Okay, guys, so let's take a quick look at the top selling tracks on Audiojungle. So all you got to do is scroll up to all items, popular files, and then you'll see that they post up 2019's best-selling music and audio updated weekly, and all these tracks here are the best weekly sellers. A lot of these tracks were created years ago, and they just still generate sales like every week. This one sold 71 licenses this last week. A lot of these are recurring authors. You'll see them, Music Dreams, Stock Sounds. These guys are very popular authors on Audiojungle. They've been selling for many years, and they have hundreds of songs in their catalog. And they probably make a lot of money. Now, probably take anyone years to get up to this level, but this is what you should be looking at to get a really good sense of like what is the most, what are popular genres, and the level of production and mixing it takes to get to these kinds of sales. Now, you'll see that a lot of these songs are kind of like in the corporate, category, corporate uplifting, motivational kind of stuff that you'd hear in like, some kind of like corporate PowerPoint presentation, or like some, like a typical, like, I don't know, whatever, cleaning commercial or something like that, Not everyone wants to produce that kind of music, but the nice thing is there's a place for all types of genres on Audiojungle, and you won't see, it's not all. I mean, like here we have like hip hop tracks, and this is like if we look at this track, for example, then you'll see that it's probably, it sold 2,300 licenses. It was created last year in July. I mean, that's a ton of money that this one track has generated. So I mean, it's pretty cool. And if you look at this guy's profile, then you can see, like, for example, like how long he's been on the market. So he's been there for 3 years. He's an exclusive author, and he's made $125,000 on Envato Market, and it's like a lot of money over 3 years. It's pretty good. And this is, I mean, all these tracks are going to be really well produced. So this is a great place to go and look for inspiration, and sort of see, what the competition is, and what you can be expected, what level you can be expected to be producing at in order to generate tons of sales. It's also easy to get more specific, and like if you go under music here, and you have all the genres that they have categorized here on the market, and you can go to like cinematic, for example, and I've been making trailer music lately, so if I type in the word trailer, then it's going to bring up all these tracks with the word trailer in the tracks tags. So, and you can categorize these by best selling, best match, newest. I tend to go to look at the newest, and you'll see that once we bring up the newest, that there's like a tons of stuff that's been uploaded just probably in the last 2-3 days, and I mean, not all of it is selling. I mean, very little of it is actually selling. So, here we got like one sale. Scroll down a bit further, another sale here. But you can filter the sales levels out. So you can go to sales here and say, like, and here's a really good indication of like how much actual content is on the market. It's like, we got 32,000 tracks that are considered like medium sellers. So if we like type on that, then you'll see like, there's a bunch of tracks that come up that like 5, less than 10 sales. But anyway, if I type in top sellers, there's only about 1,000 of them. Oh, take off medium there. Yeah, and you also notice that there's a wide range of pricing. There are people that price it really low, and in an effort probably to generate traffic towards their catalog, which is fair. You're allowed to do that. I tend to price mine like a little bit on the higher side of the recommended, of what they recommend, and if people are stoked on the track, they will buy it. I mean, it's like $30-$40 for a track that you really like is just really not that much. It's like, so I don't think you should undervalue your music. I mean, I think the people that are putting it up here for $5 and stuff are probably just trying to, it's not like they price all their tracks at $5, and I think they probably just want to bring people onto their profile. So nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I don't know. I think $25, $30 to $30 is more than fair. So anyway, sort of an interesting, like I said, all this information is available to you, so you should use it to your advantage. The uploading process can be really daunting for someone who's new to this. It was for me. And I would highly recommend going to check out Daniel Carrizales' channel. It's called Stock Music Licensing, and I'll put the link down below. He's a great guy, super positive, and he's documented his like a long journey over years with uploading music to multiple different libraries, including Audiojungle. And he's got some great tutorials about the whole process of uploading music to Audiojungle, and he makes it really simple. And without his tutorials, it would have been such a pain in the ass for me to learn to do it on my own. So thank you, Daniel, for your help. And so big props to you. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people who feel the same way. So I'm not going to make any tutorials about how to do it because I'm too lazy to do that. But yeah, he's got a bunch of great tutorials, as well as just like motivational videos, which are all great. He seems like a really awesome dude. Anyway, this is just a short video, just documenting my journey here. And if you have any questions, put them on the comments. Let me know. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'd love to hear from you. And I think one thing I've also seen out there is, like, if you go to the forums on Audiojungle, you'll see like there's a lot of people who are posting up tracks that were rejected. And I think that's a common issue for people who are starting out with Audiojungle. It's like, maybe they're kind of like new to mixing and audio production, and they're trying to figure out like why their tracks got rejected. And the annoying thing about Audiojungle, like I said in my previous video about it, is like they just don't give you any indication as to why it's rejected. They just kind of say, no, this isn't up to standards. Like they kind of like do a copy and paste email, and you don't know why. It's like they don't give you any feedback, which sucks. Fortunately, I've only had 1 or 2 tracks that were rejected, and I think I know why they were rejected. But for the most part, I think my acceptance rate is probably like 95%, which is awesome. And it's like a great validation for me that at least they're getting through the gates, And occasionally they will reject it, but they'll give you or they'll give you an email that's like, you're almost there, but you need to fix something. Like, so for example, like sometimes the watermark I added on the track was too quiet, or sometimes like the master was clipping, or like little things like that, and they'll tell me to fix it, and then they'll accept it right away. So one thing I was going to put out there for anyone who's starting out with Audiojungle and who may be having trouble getting their tracks accepted, I'm going to throw my email down on the description of this video, and you can feel free to email your track to me, and I can give you some honest feedback about the track. If it's something that was rejected from Audiojungle, feel free to throw it my way and ask for my opinion on it, because like I'd be happy to help. And I'm not an expert, but I could probably give you some idea as to what needs to change. Hopefully I can give you some insight into it. So anyway, I'd be happy to help with that. So just reach out to me if you like. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to post up more tutorials hopefully in the near future. I'd like to share some of my experience with like mixing and just mostly just like composing and track arrangement and stuff like that. That's something I feel like I could share. But yeah, hopefully this video has been informative or inspiring. Wishing you guys all the luck if you're just starting out on this like I am, and hope you make sales. And yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. All right, see you guys next time.